The fact that the king, a leader of a country, is so focused on gross national happiness, which Bhutan is famously known for, and mindfulness, but also how to give young people what they're looking for. Like, what a well rounded leader and what a special place. So, what does this mindfulness city look like or feel like in terms of his vision for it?
Well, it's really interesting because, they were just starting to work on all of this. And now, well, so basically, the airport that they have now, Paro, is a little tiny airport. And only people with a special license can fly in there. I think there's about 17 or 20 pilots in the whole world that can fly
Wow.
in here.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And first of all, it takes a little time to get there, and it's in the Himalaya, like in the mountains. So when you come in, you have to know how to navigate the winds, the mountains, and then land there. And it's funny because I must specialize in these kind of destinations because I have St. Bart's also, and that's also, you have to have a special license to fly in there. Totally different kind of a destination, but very special in its own way. So you have to fly first into Delhi or Kathmandu or Bangkok or now Dubai. That's big that you can fly through Dubai because a lot of people want to fly on a Middle Eastern carrier because the service is wonderful. And
Hmm.
I won't say it's the easiest place to get to, but it's so worth it. And so what he wants to do is create a new airport and a new city in the south where it's flatter on the border with India. And
Hmm.
they're working very close. They work very closely with the Indian community to help build a lot of this. What they're going to have is a bigger airport, so larger planes can come in, but it's going to be almost a separate government almost for that city. So as not to impact, I think, the rest of the country. This is my
Hmm.
understanding of it.
Hmm.
So they're going to have a special, like it's going to be a tech and financial center but created in a very mindful way. So if he gets to pull this off, which I think he will, it'll be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I believe he has that commitment and passion to do it, and I think it's going to be his legacy. So he's already talking to like CEOs around the world
Yeah.
about bringing people, opening offices in this incredible city. And they have incredible mock ups of what it's going to look like. And it's going to be like this utopia, tech and financial utopia. So it's really quite something.
It feels like it's almost like a case study for the way that cities could be built or rearranged in the future. I feel like what comes to mind is it will be one of the greatest achievements and also one of the greatest challenges, taking notoriously ruthless industries and bringing them into a culture that is notoriously happy. So
I I know. And I do want to just say that not just because they're always looking at happiness doesn't mean everyone is like giddy all the time.
of course, of course.
I just want to clarify that. But
I also feel like it's part of like the Buddhist
right.
culture where it's not so much like outwardly joyous happiness, it's like content and peace, which is a whole
Yeah,
different type of
exactly.
happiness. I guess talking about the happiness, we said that Bhutan, it's famous for measuring its success with gross national happiness over GDP. How does this philosophy kind of translate into its tourism practices, or like how does that like affect the visitor or traveler experience?
Experience. Well, first of all, it's such a peaceful environment. There's not a lot of tourism. It's not over touristed like so many other places. You get there and yeah, there might be certain days or certain times of the year that might be a little busier for sure, but you never feel like it's huge crowds. And you have the mountains and the hills and windy roads and lots of space, a lot of open space. And so time to think, space to breathe. The air is so pure because it's so clean. Like 60% of the land is protected. And that's how
Wow.
they maintain their carbon negative and a lot of forested property, like a lot of forested property. So it's just a beautiful destination and sort of creates awe in people.
Yeah.
And if you're at all into spirituality, I think it is such a very special place. And it's a Tibetan Buddhism that I believe it's the only nation in the world that really is fully Tibetan Buddhism. And not to say that everyone is like that, but I would say a good majority, very high percentage. And because they care deeply about their religion and taking care of people, animals, insects, they don't want to kill anything. They don't want to, any meat that they have is imported because they
Mm.
don't kill any animals.
So would you say for a traveler heading there to expect mostly vegetarian meals? Like, what's the
Well,
day to
no,
day in terms of
you can
cuisine?
have meat. You can have meat. Oh, I'll tell you, the cuisine is quite unique. Again, because it's been this sheltered country, they have amazing vegetables because it's so clean and everything's organic basically because they don't use pesticides or anything. They can't,
Yeah.
they why would they, right? Because they're intelligent. So everything is very fresh. They love chili. They
Ooh,
love
I love
spice.
that. I love that.
I mean, they almost see chili as a vegetable. So it is in a lot of the food. But there's definitely, I mean, when you go to restaurants, if you're in international hotels, I mean, there's many other choices. But if you go to a regular restaurant, I would say maybe 90% of the things are going to be spicy and the 10% might maybe not. They have dishes with like just potatoes and vegetables and cheese. Potatoes and cheese,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Ooh.
But a lot of the food is very spicy. So if you love spicy, you're in luck.